Okay, we're on our first episode of Cooking with Matt.
Cooking with Matt.
We're going to can some trout.
Well, I'm going to go through the process with you a little bit. We're going to cut the fish into chunks that we can stuff into the bottles. Okay. Have you ever bottled fish before?
A long time ago. So.
Okay, so I'll go over it with you. So what we want to do is we want to pack the fish as tight as we can. That has like leave about a 1/2 inch to a 3/4 inch headspace on these little bottles. Okay. They generally talk about a 1 inch headspace,
but these are little bottles.
Yeah, and I find that 3/4 of an inch is enough.
Okay. Perfect.
And even 1/2 inch works out.
Okay.
And then we're going to take and we're going to sterilize the lids by putting them in some boiling water. I got that over there. That's just the dome lids, not the rings.
Right.
And then we'll take and we'll put some water in each one of the bottles and we'll put it in the microwave for 5 minutes. That sterilizes it. You can't sterilize it any better than a microwave.
Yeah,
nothing can survive the microwave. There's no bacteria, no germs, no viruses that can withstand 5 minutes in there.
Nice.
And then we'll write on.
So we got to prep the bottles first.
Yeah, we want to also write on here how many do you want to do with like lemon spice.
That's all I'll probably do. That's what I brought, but I have.
Well, we can do just plain salt. You don't need the lemon.
I kind of like it on everything. So
okay, so we'll do a 1/4 teaspoon of lemon salt and another little not quite 1/4 teaspoon of regular salt. Okay. Because that's not all salt. We need
at least got some in there a little bit.
Yeah, and then we'll try to pack as much as we can here, and then we'll when you're doing your fish, I'll just talk to the camera. At our altitude, the general procedure that is by the FDA, and there's all kinds of websites that are like home canning websites that's through the government or through your college or university extension service on bottling fish. But the general rule is 15 pounds for 90 minutes to have it sterilized and packed. Yeah. And all of these this is basic. There's some bones in there, but I like mine with all of the bones. Mm-hmm. And so when I do my fish, I leave all the skin on because I want the extra fat. I leave all the bones in because I want all the nutrients that come out of those bones. And 15 pounds for 90 minutes.
Make it soft.
Everything is soft, yeah. I mean, if you accidentally leave a fin on there, it doesn't matter. And there's no smell, you know.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's all been cooked. Yeah, so.
Sweet.
So let's get started.
Get these sterilized. Okay.
Yeah, let's
I got something to open this up.
Yeah, here's some knives. We got some knives.
Knives with me, so.
Yeah. I just take the top off and leave the plastic around the
box.
Yeah. I wish they did the old-fashioned box.
Blind, so there we go.
I wish they did the old-fashioned boxes.
Yeah, I miss those.
So if we're going to do these all lemon pepper, we won't write anything on there. You can write on it later.
We could try.
Right over here.
All right. Perfect. Okay.
So we're going to pop
one. Let me get the other one real quick.
Yeah.
Knife in my hand, and this is a sharp knife.
I just sharpened it with my diamond sharpener, and we're in this Elra steel.
That works.
Okay, let's take all the lids off and get this hot water going. So what I'm doing is I'm putting water in a jar, and we're just going to put a little bit of water and then we'll dump it out.
Go from jar to jar?
Yeah, just go from jar to jar. Let's put the jars on that. All the lid jars on here. Yeah, and go ahead and put all those lids in that big pot over there.
Right here?
Yep.
Does that have to be separated or matter?
No, we'll separate them. We'll get them separated. I found when you don't have a big family that likes fish, these are the best sizes because you get 8 ounce.
Yeah, just a little bit at a time.
Yeah, and it's like having an 8 ounce jar of, or a can of salmon, you know, or tuna fish. I just made some
Good for crackers, right? That way.
Matter of fact, we'll have some after we get done. I made some.
Oh, good.
We'll have some for dinner. I think that's probably good. You can just let's try 20. Yep, and that just turns the
Steam
steam.
and cooks it, makes it clean.
Yep, it's just sterilized.
Sterilization.
Yep.
Nice job.
Yeah, so one of the things we need to do is get the pressure cooker. And this is, I'll do a little advertising here. This is an all-American,
All-American?
yes. And
That's the
it's
name, or?
yes, it's
Okay.
the only made in America pressure cooker.
All-American brand, huh?
Yeah, but it doesn't have a seal, it has a tapered.
Tapered edge?
Yeah, and you need to put olive oil or Vaseline
On the lip?
on the lip here. I also do it here. So this is just olive oil. And you put it on here as well.
Just to make it too.
Yeah, just to make it give it that extra thing. I think Vaseline would be better than olive oil. I don't know if olive oil will get sticky like regular oil, but you don't want to use regular vegetable because you know how very vegetable oil will react with things and turn into like a sticky substance.
Something.
Yeah. And you want them squished in there so there's no,
Like you can get.
yeah, no air spaces. Because you don't add water. All you do is it produces its own water and liquid. All we need to do now is start stuffing these full. And so,
So just do we need to put spice in first, or
no, we'll put the salt in last with the spice.
salt and spice last?
Yeah, so if you want to take and turn them on their edge a little bit,
Like let me see. What do you mean?
um,
Stack them like on their side,
yeah, just press it in there.
like this.
Yep. Or however it just fits nice
Tight
and
as we get. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So if you get it up to about right there, 3/4 of an inch is the bottom of the
Where you want the water.
right, and just pack it in there good and tight.
I don't know if we're gonna fit it perfectly, but
It's,
That looks
it's
about-
tight. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's perfect.
I like that.
Yep, and then just set it aside. Oh, keep going.
Keep going.
For the spice, we want to put a 1/4 teaspoon of this lemon pepper,
Okay.
each one, and then we want to just put like,
Half of that.
yeah, like an eighth of a
Eighth
teaspoon,
of a teaspoon on top of it.
and that should
Okay.
give us at least
What do we need for salt and the flavor?
right.
Okay. Good enough.
Now what we need to do is
How long do you cook those? Are they done?
they're done.
How long do you do them? What's the time?
It just needs to come to a good boil.
Just after a good boil.
Yeah.
Don't use your bare fingers.
Now what we need to do, before you do that, let's do this. We need a clean cloth. We need a nice clean cloth that's been wetted. Now some people like to use vinegar. My family never did. But we'll get a little bit of vinegar. And we want to wipe the rim. We want to wipe the rim good and clean because see, it's even got a little bit of fish that gets right on there.
Rim
It'll
on top.
totally ruin your seal. So just leave those. Well, I'll wipe them off. You put a lid on there, and then stack it in there.
Okay. You want to sit here when you get it ready? I'll
Yep.
go from.
And then you put a lid on there and only do it finger tight.
Finger tight.
Don't do it real tight because we want the lid, we want it to vent.
Okay. So the finger tight is so that the air can go out while it's cooking, and then it will seal back when it sucks back down when it cools.
Well,
Because if you get it too tight, then it can't go out,
right.
and it will suck back in the seal.
Yeah, there's a period of time where we cook this for 10 minutes and we let the steam vent out. And during that time, it'll get the air out of the bottle. And then because it's just finger tight, so we just want to wash this off good. Put a lid on there. this helps clean and sterilize this vinegar and clean cloths to help get any fish gurry off of the lip of the jar, because you don't want anything on the lip of that jar. You get something underneath there like a little scale or a little bit gurry, it will not seal.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Let's get this one started.
And we got it crammed in there.
Yep.
Turn it on high and we got it crammed in.
Yep. The seal is pretty much equal all the way around.
Try and get it equal.
Yes.
Because it's a bevel, you want to do it cross threading?
Yeah, you want to do it. You want to do it like you're
Cross tightening?
Yeah, like you're doing a tire.
Okay.
The lugs on a tire.
How tight do you get it? Just snug or?
Yeah, you get it pretty snug. It will leak a little bit of steam if you don't have it right, and you just tighten it down.
You can see when it goes.
But you want to try getting it equal all the way around.
Okay.
And so you do it.
Slow to start.
Yep, slow to start, and then just go across and go. And crank them down. Okay, we don't put this on yet, but we'll put it on 15 pounds after this starts venting steam.
Okay.
And then we'll come back.
How long do you usually take?
Well, it takes about 5 or 6 minutes to get up to temperature, and it'll start blowing steam.
About 10 minutes.
Yeah, and then we'll come back and I'll show that steam, and then we'll let it go till 10 minutes, and then we'll just put this on there. Let it come up to 15 psi. That takes another 5 to 10 minutes, and then we gotta go 90 minutes.
Oh, 90 minutes. Wow.
Yeah, so, okay, now since it's been in for 10 minutes, we just want to put this on 15 pound, on the 15 pound mark, which is that one right there. And just slip that on there. And we'll watch this temperature go up.
To 15 pounds?
Yeah, well, it'll go up to 15 pounds. But at our altitude, you really need to do fish at 15 pounds. If you're at sea level, you could do it at 10.
Because of the altitude, you need to go a little heavier.
Right, because you want to bring the fish up to a certain temperature. And it goes up like 2 degrees above boiling for every pound of pressure.
Is that for the sterilization, or is that for the seal, or both?
It's the sterilization.
Okay.
Yeah. So wait till that starts rattling and gets up to temperature.
We're learning something today, kids.
Yeah.
We have life.
Yep, now what we need to do is, now the rattle is going and it's up to 15 pounds, we're going to turn this down to about 4.5. I found that that's just about right, so it's nearly up to 5, but 4.5 is good. And that just turns the flame down enough that this will come down and it'll start just bouncing like every minute or so, and that's enough. And this PSI is up to 15 pounds, and that's what you want. I'll set the timer now.
For 90 minutes?
Yep.
Alright, I just picked up the canned fish from Matt's. He had to cook it for 90 minutes, and so I left, but I just picked it up today. He did let me know when you go through them and check and make sure that they sealed. This one hasn't, for example, and if you find any that haven't sealed, put them in the fridge, eat them quick.